The day after Mother's Day on the internet is just a reminder that the cruelty is the point, and that a lot of women's husbands really and truly married them just to use them as an appliance. Because the way that some husbands will absolutely unalive on the hill of, oh, it's just another Hallmark holiday, and oh, you're not my mother, and oh, it's just another day, should really let y'all know that they do not think of you as an animate object. Because a lot of these men, like, really and truly do not believe that you have or should be entitled to have feelings. And as Bourbon Bougie would say, they just feel like their wife appliance is malfunctioning. On top of that, they have all the audacity to get upset at the women for being upset. And frankly, this is why a lot of women have recently decided that men are probably not even capable of romantic love, because the way that these men will literally insist to their wives that it is just another day, that it is just a holiday. No, you're not my mom, and why would I celebrate you? You know, the kids should celebrate you. It's the way that they're like trying to convince you that you don't actually have feelings about the subject, because they don't want you to have feelings about the subject. It's literally giving like, I'm gonna hit my TV until it starts working again because it's like not working. Or I'm gonna give my PC a command that it like can't refuse or whatever. And then if that doesn't work, then they just throw a tantrum, which, funny enough, is treating you like a mother. Like, they're treating you like their mother. They want you to regulate their feelings. They don't want you to ever hold them accountable. They get upset when you do that, like a little fucking toddler. They go to the point of throwing tantrums when they do things that have hurt you. Case in point, this woman was cheated on, and here's the man in question literally making it about himself, like literally throwing a toddler tantrum because he cheated on her, and he is just not happy that he has to face the consequences of his actions. This is why I keep telling y'all that these men know what they're doing. And the worst part is so many women will approach these situations with good faith, only to have these men humiliate them in a secret third kind of way, okay? Because the amount of stories that I read and seen about women being like, yeah, so my husband told me I need to communicate, so I communicated with him exactly what I want for Mother's Day. I sent him the links, gave him the name of the restaurant. I went above and beyond basically to plan my own Mother's Day. All he had to do was click add to cart and check out. All he had to do was go in and make a reservation and arrange some childcare. Taking all the mental load basically off the fucking plate, other than just do these 3 bare minimum things. And these men will avoid it like the plague. And then come Mother's Day, they're like, oh, well, yeah, I just didn't do it. Like, they'll just come up with any fucking excuse to just not act like they love you. And you know why that is? It's because they don't love you. They just wanted to use you for your labor and for your ability to procreate their genetics. And that's it. The cruelty is the point. Unfortunately, there's not enough communication rituals that you can perform in the world that will change somebody from like hating your guts to loving you, because you will not convince me that that's not how most men feel about their wives and the mothers of their children. So many women were asking for so very little. So many women came to their husbands with suggestions and quote unquote expectations that were nothing but the barest of minimums. Just wanted some alone time on Mother's Day, but my husband doesn't believe in the holiday. It doesn't even fucking matter if your husband believes in the holiday. Do you know what I mean? Like, why won't he take the kids off your hands? It's because you're the appliance and he's the person. That's what y'all need to understand. They will say anything just to not say the quiet part out loud, which is, I need you to shut the fuck up and do what you do every other day. You know, when they say it's just another day, that's what they mean. They mean like, I don't have to buy the fridge a special fucking present once a year. I don't have to take the fridge out for a lunch date or like plan babysitting or something like that. Why can't you be more like the fridge? Why do you need a Hallmark holiday? That's the quiet part that they're not saying out loud. Please take my hand and trust me on this. There's literally no excuse. And the fact that a lot of women are financially dependent on these men only makes this easier for them to keep doing. These men literally don't care if they run you into the ground. They still won't think that you need a special like holiday or any special recognition. Mind you, you go 364 days out of the year with no holiday and no special recognition. Maybe your birthday or something like that. But let's be honest, most women are disappointed on their birthday too. Most women are disappointed on Christmas, on their birthday, on their anniversary, on Mother's Day. All the holidays that are meant to celebrate women somehow turn into a humiliation ritual for those women. And this is because a lot of men do not like the women that they're married to, let alone love, let alone care about, let alone love unconditionally or want the best for. They literally want the worst for you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They want you to do all the shit work while they just go to work for 8 hours a day. They have direct access to money. They have the unearned respect of their co-workers, their boss, all like that, because they're a family man. They have the unearned respect of their own children until those children are old enough to realize that they're a deadbeat piece of shit. For a long time, your like 5-year-olds, your 7-year-olds, they're going to be obsessed with their dad who doesn't do jack shit for the family just because he's the dad. And because they don't know him that well and because they're not allowed to push his buttons, they're going to respect him more than you. Like you're getting the short end of the stick every time, no matter what. Because you're not pulling from the same bunch of sticks. Like you don't have access to the same kind of sticks that your husband has access to. And that's if you're a stay-at-home mom. It's even more insulting if you also work and you do most of the childcare still, and your husband still doesn't acknowledge you or say anything because he feels like he doesn't have to. That's because these men want submissive providers. They want you to provide money also into the relationship, but they still want you to treat him like he's the only one that does that. Furthermore, on top of that, let me just remind you that nobody is going to treat you worse than a man who's actually broke, doesn't have direct access to money, while you go to work and raise the children, and he does some piss poor job of being a quote unquote stay-at-home dad, where every day you come home to a mess to clean up, cranky, undressed, unwashed children who have done nothing but stare at screens all day. Or better yet, you guys still pay for daycare so that he can look for a job while you're at work. And looking for a job looks like sitting on his ass with a video game controller in his hands. And those men especially will never go out of their way for you because they feel threatened by you, and they're really only biding their time until they can flip the script or until they can leave you for another sugar mama. Trust me, there's just no winning here in some of these unless your husband adores you and does this stuff for you even without a Hallmark holiday, right? A lot of men will be like, oh, it's a Hallmark holiday, so when do you celebrate her then? When do you celebrate your wife then, if not on a Hallmark holiday? Do you do this like randomly? Do you just do nice things for her all the time? No, of course not. It's always the men that will say it's a Hallmark holiday that just don't celebrate their wife at all. So you need to understand that unless a man is treating you like the mother of his children, right, and not like an appliance, like a human being who risked her life to give birth to his children, a human being who deserves to be celebrated for the hard work that she does around probably the most difficult and least appreciated job in our society, which is motherhood. If he is not already going out of his way to like make you happy for doing that very difficult job, on top of literally creating the babies and pushing them out first, or having them surgically, horrifically removed from you first, that man does not deserve you in his house. And those kids are yours. You made them. He contributed absolutely nothing but a tiny fraction. Oh, at the end of the day, those kids are yours and they're your legacy. So you need to act like it. What kind of legacy do you want your kids to have? If your husband treats you like an appliance and he thinks that you should just be quiet and every day is just another day, and he doesn't like it when you complain, he doesn't like it when you call him out, he doesn't like to celebrate you, he doesn't like to be nice to you, the legacy that you're leaving behind is really, really, really fucking sad. I just think it's time for us as women to start being a little bit more concerned with that. Here's hoping that the more of these receipts that we get to see on the internet, the more that as we women get to talking about this stuff and really pointing out how disingenuous and cruel this whole thing is, I really hope that we will see a decrease in this type of content the day after Mother's Day, because hopefully everyone will just be having children with people who care about them, or they'll just be having children on their own and treating those children like it's their legacy and not some dusty man's who contributed nothing but a good time to the whole situation. And the good time was only had by him. I can almost guarantee you that. Please stay safe out there, ladies. I'm begging you. And happy Mother's Day, in case nobody told you. I love you. Godspeed. Mwah.